And then coming back to neutral, you're going to drop your head down and slowly roll it over to the right. So it'll be right ear, right shoulder. And I want you to take your left hand and scoot it behind you. So as if your open palm is going to go and creep over to the right hip. So as much as you can to open up that left shoulder blade, and then we're going to do that movement of taking the chin and looking underneath the right armpit. So that's your exhale. Inhale, you're bringing it back to neutral or slightly up towards the ceiling. And exhale, you're going to look down towards that right armpit. And then using your breath and noticing all the different areas where you're feeling that stretch and that pull, exhaling into anything that's tight. And then we'll let go. We'll roll the chin to the center, unwind that left arm, and then here we go to the other side. So it's going to be left ear, left shoulder. Right arm scooches behind, trying to take that palm or fingertips over to the left hip as much as you can. Take a breath. Exhale, turn your head. Inhale, lift it up. And do that a couple times. And really just enjoying anything that's tender and you're feeling you're getting some space in there. Enjoy that sensation even though it can be a little intense. Good. And then just roll the chin back to the center and unwind your arm. Good. Lift your head up, open your eyes, and turn and look over your left shoulder as if you're looking at something behind you as much as you can feel comfortable. Good. Then back to the center, and here, let's take it to the other side. And one more time, and then notice your range of motion. How far can you see beyond the shoulder on this side? Notice that, and let's go to the other side and notice. Good. When you come back to the center, we're going to do shoulder, neck circles. So we're going to dip the chin down, take it to the right, lift it up, and around to the left. So just a few times. Now you can just keep the neck moving like this, slowly and gently, or you can take the shoulders and get the shoulders to round when you're tucking down, and then lifting up and back when your head is up. So any movement here with your neck circles, that might feel good. Maybe one shoulder stretches a little bit more on one side and then the other shoulder stretches. So finding any movement here, neck and shoulders again, interconnected, all those little muscle fibers and fascia. And then we'll go the other way. And then we're coming back to the center. We'll do a couple cat-cows again. So tucking the chin down. Leaning back, and inhale, threading through with the heart and the chin up. And taking that a little bit further if it feels good, really leaning back and really coming forward, opening the throat. And then coming all the way back to the center. Good, then rolling the shoulders up and back a few times. And then up and forward a few times. Because I want to demonstrate how we're going to use the tennis ball today. So take your right arm and scooch it behind you, kind of what we did at the beginning, right? So when you do that with your back nice and straight, you will have felt that right shoulder blade kind of protruding in the back. So I want you to take the tennis ball right into the inner ridge of that shoulder blade. So if you could even touch that right shoulder blade right here, you can kind of feel that. That's where I want the ball to be sliding around, right in this area. Okay, so when we're lying on the floor, you never want to put it into your spine, and you never want to put it right there on that shoulder bone. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to lay flat on the floor, like we were going to come into bridge with our knees bent, because that will flatten our low back and keep it safe. And then you kind of roll off to the side, and you're going to place it right underneath that area we were just talking about. And then you're going to kind of roll back, and you're going to just notice like owie wowie a little bit, huh? And then you'll take your right arm and you'll kind of lift it up a little bit, and then float it down a little bit. And you just kind of explore what the sensations are. And maybe there could be a little circle outward. like rounding all the way backward. And then because we know our neck and shoulders are interrelated, see if you can move your neck along with any movement, kind of organically, looking over and up and around to each side as you rotate the shoulder. You can also glide up and down. So there's a little motion where you're kind of gliding along that inner shoulder blade. And this is where a lot of your neck muscles connect, actually, to this part of your scapula. So we're just kind of releasing any tightness those muscles create. And then you'll just roll off and pick up the ball, and we'll take it to the other side. And you might notice that one side is much, much more tender than the other. So just finding it first. And so this is what's so nice about these movements. It could be very little movements, just like a little slide, and you're thinking, oh yeah, I got that spot and that feels good. Oh yeah, or otherwise you can feel like yowie. So this side more so? Yeah. And this is not your dominant arm though, huh?
Mine was the right side.
Yeah, mine is always the right side because that's my dominant arm. But there's times when I feel like a real tender kind of knotty area. It's like a big old knot. And then you can just...
I carry my purse on my shoulder for 2
Oh, right, exactly. So I learned, a lot of this, with my work with Earhart. And a lot of this motion, this big circular motion, is really important to do as you're kind of massaging the tight tissue. So you want to be able to see if you can make little or big circles with the shoulder. And once you start to soften this area, it's going to give you so much more freedom, not just in your shoulders, but in your neck. So remember the neck, move it around.